chose to do my director's workbook on the musical Legally Blonde. I chose to perform this musical at Hart House, located in Toronto on the U of T campus. Hart House seats 433 people with 7 spots that can seat people with accommodations, including wheelchair access. All seats face the stage, and at the back of the house there is a control booth where the sound and lighting will be controlled. I decided not to include an orchestra at all, and instead I will use pre-recorded music on a tablet or laptop, and I will have speakers throughout the space to even out the balance of the audio. I found this page on Hart House's website, and it specifically indicates the kind of speakers and technology that they use for their audio, power sources, lighting, microphones, etc. This is what the stage will look like, including all of its dimensions. You can see it's 29 meters and 4 inches. A very important aspect in Legally Blonde is the ensemble, because there are 16 supporting roles, including Elle's parents, Kate, who is the scholastic chair of Delta Nu, their sorority, or Kyle, the delivery man, who falls in love with Paulette, to name a few. And since these characters don't have that many lines and are only seen briefly, I will be doubling them up as other characters. They can be used as sorority sisters of Delta Nu, students at Harvard, prisoners at the Women's Correctional Facility, or people who attend court cases. So, in total, I'm going to have 22 actors in this play. However, some of these actors can also be used in other ways, hopefully as a dance captain or a makeup artist, in order to cut down costs. For the most part, I do care about gender for casting, but the only people I don't need a specific gender for are the salespeople or the admission representatives for Harvard. I would also want this production to be diverse, so I'd want to hire people of all backgrounds. Paulette is one of the main characters. I want her to have a Bostonian accent because I think it adds to the humor of her character and it makes her stand out. And this is also what I've seen in other performances as well, on Broadway and at Hart House itself. Plus, dogs are required in this performance because Paulette owns a dog and so does Elle. I want to use real dogs for this performance, so I want to have 2 smaller dogs that are trained and they can rotate between performances so they don't get tired. 2 main themes throughout the musical Legally Blonde is don't judge a book by its cover and to be yourself. Throughout the musical, everyone acts the same and everyone looks the same, like more or less, ranging from the snobby students of Harvard to the bland, party-centric, preppy girls of Delta Nu. To incorporate these themes, my set is inspired by Barbie because Barbie dolls are plastic and very superficial. The main set of the musical is similar to the inside of a Barbie house, in which there are 2 main stairways and a balcony at the top. These boxes at the bottom, which my finger is pointing to, will be on wheels and they will be used for set changes. This is an example of how it would be done, and in the background you can see that there are 3 boxes that represent different scenes. When you open up one of them, it already contains elements of one of the scenes, and this is an example of what Elle's room would look like. I drew an example of what the Harvard classroom would look like, and you can see the main set is still in the background, but I've transformed it into the classroom with added chalkboards, and then the students will sit on the side on a platform containing levels in order for the audience to see everyone. This makes it easier to transition from one scene to the next, with the only exception being for the opening scene, oh my god you guys, in which there will be a set on wheels that will cover the staircases in the background. This is the front of the Barbie dream house, and the windows will open for the actors to pop their heads out when it's their turn to sing. I took my inspiration from the actual Barbie dream house because I wanted everything to still look like a dollhouse. And last but not least, costumes. This is Elle Wood's lawyer costume. She would wear this when she first goes to Harvard and in the scene where she wins her court case. Obviously, it's pink because that's the only color she wears, mostly, and Bruiser will have a matching outfit as well. This costume will make her stand out from everyone else who is boring and bland. Here, Elle represents a Barbie, and this is what gets everyone to second guess her and to think she's an airhead, but really, she proves you can't judge a book by its cover as she wins the court case in the end. She also loves pink, and this shows the audience that Elle will still be herself and stand out. In this scene, she is also holding a fuzzy pen and notebook in contrast to everyone else who has a laptop. The next costume I designed is Paulette's, who is the hilarious owner of a salon, and she longs to marry a man from Ireland, which is why she'll be wearing a green smock and a clover pin. She also doesn't care what anyone thinks of her and stays true to herself throughout the play, which is why I gave her an outfit that will stand out from everyone else and to add to her bold personality. She's wearing a jean dress, combat boots, and she has combs in her hair to show that she is a hairstylist.